What is it that you can do for me that someone else can't do? Or who are you as a person that will resonate with this individual that you're selling to that this person cannot resonate with? You know, like some people like the slums to million dollar brand story, and that eats people alive. Like, oh my gosh, started from the bottom, now I'm here. Especially in the Black community, it's like you earn your crown because you struggled.
Over 50% of Black Americans are unmarried, and only 2% of Black families in America have a net worth over $1 million.
We are on our journey to not only join that 2%, but grow that 2%.
Facts. I'm Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, with my beautiful co-host.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. You can go to our website at them4show.com, our Instagram at them4show, and our YouTube channel at Melanated Married Millionaires in the making.
And welcome to the M4 Show.
Even the everyday person, if we go invest in something that's just mundane, like soap, what does this soap do for me? Oh, this clean new hair, paralyzing skin machine. Like, they have all this sophisticated wording, like all of this is soap. No, this isn't like any type of soap. This is going to change your life. Like, this is life changing. And that's what marketing does. They try to make everything like spectacular and value added, and this is going to be a luscious experience, and your hair is never going to shine like this before unless you use this conditioner.
No, you gotta sell it.
It's the transformation.
Yep.
Right? I feel like no matter what product or service you are offering, you have to be able to communicate what is the transformation from where I am now to where I will be after using your product or service. Whether it's some scissors, or a shampoo, or a 12-week financial literacy program, there's still some type of transformation that should happen. Because if I'm not changing from now to then I'm wasting my money.
Right. I'm wasting my time, my money. So what is it that you can do for me that someone else can't do? Or who are you as a person that will resonate with this individual that you're selling to that this person cannot resonate with? Like some people like the slums to million dollar brand story, and that eats people alive. Like, oh my gosh, started from the bottom, now I'm here. Especially in the Black community, it's like you earn your crown because you struggled. And I pray that changes, because we're not supposed to be struggling our life, come from slavery and still make it, and we have the resources and we're still struggling. Like, that is not the route. The route is to create, generational wealth. And like you said earlier, now I learned something that my grandparents didn't know. And then after that, my kids will learn something. And then it'll just be this whole sprout of just wealth of knowledge that will just be within the community of resources as well. So,
yeah, in my mind, I'm possibly taking this conversation in one of two directions. I'm going to give you a choose your adventure type situation, Deja.
Right? Like a video
so
game
one,
sitting there.
Right. Well, path A is like, how do you curate your story, right? Because you talked about how, unfortunately, today, especially in the Black community, we really uplift the rags to riches story. We want the underdog. We want the person that started from the bottom and they've built this amazing brand, and then we'll support that, rather than someone who maybe got investors, got a loan, inherited a family business. We're not rooting for that person, right? But either way, a story is important. So what advice do you have on either, you choose path A, how do you curate your brand story to increase sales, or path B, what are like the channels that you need to be sharing your story on, right? Because you talked about your grandma used Penny Saver. I don't know if Penny Saver is still around today, but there's a lot of other channels that you can use to put your message in front of people on a digital Penny Saver. So yeah, those are two paths. You've picked whichever one you want.
Let's start with A.
Look, we're going to get right back into the amazing podcast. But if you didn't know, in 2017, we created Black Wall Street, the board game, because we thought more families needed to know about the history of Tulsa Black Wall Street. More families needed to know about the legacy of Black excellence left behind of Tulsa Black Wall Street, that we can own a Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Salon. We can have a Booker T. Washington High School. We can have an Uncle Steve's Barbecue. We can have a Renaissance man like Simon Berry, who had his own taxi service and bus service that got bought out by the city of Tulsa. We have brilliance in our DNA. We wanted to make sure that your family can play a game that teaches them about this brilliance. So we have Black Wall Street, the board game right here. We had the first edition available in 2017. That got sold out. We're on the second edition right now, or you can get the beautiful masterpiece version of the game as well. It's up to you. Head to playblackwallstreet.com and get yourself Black Wall Street, the board game, to empower you, your family, and generations to come. Playblackwallstreet.com. Let's get back to the episode.
Because I believe, so we were talking about starting from the bottom. Now we're here to conversation, right? Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting because even on online, like the way I stay up to date is reading articles on current events and marketing trends and all those things. I don't really pay attention to one specific individual, but more so current events. So one of the things that we're spoken of is the story of starting from the bottom. Now we're here. We're tired of it with scholarship opportunities. So usually in scholarship opportunities with schools, they'll be like, well, what is your struggle? How bad do you need it? What is it that you need to do to gain this woe it's me story and then turn it into something beautiful, when sometimes it's not always that story. Like, it's okay to not say like you struggle to get where you're at, but it is okay to tell your story and be truthful in all of its respects that you have to speak of it. So it really just depends on what avenue you want to go. But whatever you do, make it sincere and truthful and with your heart, because your audience is going to pick up on the fluff. They're going to do their research. They can be like, you posted that post like 6 years ago. You wasn't struggling. Like you was in a Mercedes-Benz 6 years ago. I don't know what you talking about. But being true and sincere is going to take you the furthest, regardless of how you were positioned in your life. It's not our fault that we struggled or even were inherited into money. You know, it's how you position yourself. The way that life is the reaction of when life happens to you. Mm-hmm. So if life happens to me a certain way and the way I react turned out for my good, then that's just my story. There isn't no true, this is the story that you need to create. No, just be sincere and be in alignment with the audience that you want, because we don't like fluff. You don't like fluff, but resonate with your audience. So if you know that they're into a certain particular type of opportunity that you have, you can increase your brand story and make it awareness by adding in your value proposition with your story. It was me. I struggled. I didn't know what to do. I had no marketing strategy. I figured out a marketing strategy, and now that results, I created 6 figures, and now I'm here today. Okay, that's sincere.
Thank you for supporting the M4 show and our mission to increase the wealth of Black families.
If you received any value from this episode, any value at all, any, do us a favor and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube and Apple, Spotify, anything, all of them, all of them, wherever you're listening, go ahead and like and subscribe.
And after you like and subscribe, make sure you send this episode to at least one family that you really want to see win. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.